What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you another cleanup series video from our latest our latest random war in the middle of the week versus WHF2. Just some more content to bring you. Two cleanup examples. We have Neb going in on a max Town Hall 9. Well, not quite max. We got 2024. Defenses are max though. Starts with the funnel going on here. He's going to do a shattered Vaho. Trying to get the attention of the golem, trying to get the attention of that cannon, mortar rather, but didn't quite get into the ring. But it's really not an issue because the wizards can withstand about 3 splash damages from a mortar. So they get their funnel created, and then he bridges this compartment here, and he's going to do another jump up here to basically get the for the Valks to get to the queen. His queen does walk on him slightly, but does end up rerouting back inward as she should. Tesla farm popped right into the face of it. Here comes his queen rerouting back out towards the kill squad. BK is just about done, but the CC is going to be down at this point. Valk's coming in, but watch how they behave here. So one beelines for the queen, but there's a lot of point defense up there that she can hold most of them off. Meanwhile, the Valkyries find a GB. And then are attracted to the nearest structures around them. So rather than going into the compartment, they kind of hang a right and go towards other things that are touching. Even though the DE storage and the cannon was touching, the Valks didn't behave the way that he intended them to. Queen ends up finishing the job, and then he sends in his hogs. I believe he had a total of like 14 or something like that. I'll have to look at the army comp in a second. But you'll see a kind of a gimme. There's this right here, this section, this where that Tesla popped is kind of a dead giveaway. It just looks out of place. Obviously, there's a parallel DGB right there. However, it was a good attempt. I would have just slid that. Well, I guess it wouldn't if you have that that hut over there. But it was a good attempt. Just the Valks didn't cooperate with them, but it didn't quite trip this DGB here. But it's given where everything else was tripped over and seeing the singles left over on the bottom in the middle, it's kind of a dead giveaway where they are. So we're gonna back out of here and see the small adjustment that I made on the base. Waking up really early. This war was not agreeing with my personal schedule, so I had to get 2 attacks in within about an hour before I went to work. I'm gonna do a double jump stoned hobo. The small adjustments that I make is nothing's really covering the mortar on the bottom. So I want to adjust my golem placement to actually hit on that mortar and this cannon, and then just sneak in a wizard right there on the bottom right into the blind spot of the mortar, and then it quickly takes it down and forms a funnel at the same time. I got a little bit, I wanted to make sure that I formed the funnel up here specifically for my bowlers because they love to walk. I got really lucky where the queen aggroes onto the golem, and then my wizards end up taking out the archer queen. At the top there, that was not according to plan. I did expect my kill squad to eventually get up there and get her. The other part is I didn't bridge this bottom left-hand side because I wanted my kill squad to behave in a way that they moved upwards, kind of as you see them rerouting up there. I knew the bowlers would eliminate any of the trash buildings on their bounce to force the kill squad to move up as they did to get that queen, which worked exactly to plan. Then there's just a few hogs of my 18 to help reinforce the kill squad and maximize the time that this golem, this unbroken golem now by the GB location brought me. The hogs actually, 3 of them tripped one of them, and then I have 1 heal for them to converge down here. Knowing where the rest of the where the other giant bomb was, I knew how to deploy my hogs here with the Larrys going to the petting zoo to basically ensure that my hogs don't end on a GB when they're wounded, and then I got no cleanup troops. So small adjustments. Instead of a Vaho, I went with a double jump stoned hobo. Yeah, it's basically because Valks can be tricky to direct. I just lean towards bowlers sometimes, but Vaho is really still a very viable army composition. As we go to ×4, I got another one to show you. Small adjustments, still a double jump. Nice. Let's go to the next one, and that will be a Rage attempting on. Hold up. Rage, where you at, buddy? Too high. Oop. Rage on 22. This is it. Gonna do gonna do an air attack variation here. Sends the giant to tank for his queen to take out this air defense is what she's aiming for. Opens up the wall to ensure that there's no doubt that she'll get in there. Not quite sure a wall breaker was actually needed for that. But yeah, I mean, because she could have rerouted towards the bottom. This with the Larry pop in here, kind of slowing her down a little bit, but she gets the job, uses the ability, and she might even get that cannon. Bottom side here does a little bit of a lure to see what's in there, and then they reroute to go all the way over to the queen. She's going to go down any minute now, and he still has to get... He could do a queen pop, but I don't think that was what his intention was. Breaks the wall, sends in his BK to aggro onto the queen, but he's got all these goblins to deal with, and there's still something in the CC, obviously, because that's not 30 troops coming out. But given just what was in the CC, really didn't work well with what his army composition was and plan. Even a Tesla farm to start out here being probably wasn't expected. The queen is still up at the end of the day, right next to an air defense, which just spells disaster. It was a good idea, but you know that's the beautiful thing about fresh hits, is that you don't know where all the traps are, you don't know what's in the CC, and that's the beautiful thing about the game. That's what makes it so awesome, that you get one shot, right? And if you fail, there's no, you get that's it. Another guy's got to clean up your mess. So not that this was a mess by any means. It's just that this army composition and strategy didn't quite work well for this base, given that what was in the CC, the Tesla farm, and just things where we're located at. So nice try to try and salvage the remaining portion of this with the haste at the top there, trying to bum rush this air defense, but there's still one by the queen at the end, and there just wasn't enough gusto to get it done. So we'll go to ×4 here, just so you guys can see what was left, where the traps were and things like that. And he's got some cleanups around on the top. Rage is an excellent AQ walk or AQ charge Lalo person. I always liked his raids. So we're going to back out of this and we'll see the small adjustments made by none other, the man that I hate, respectfully, Savage Ferdy, because, man, this guy has some sight that I wish I had. He's going to Zap Quake the middle, odd-placed air defense. So if you look at the pathing from here, just pause it here. You can go from here to up there, and you fight the sweeper once, which doesn't really matter because there's a Tesla farm here. You're going to put a rage in that aspect anyway, as just by eyeballing this, right? So push play here, knowing that he has to take care of all them goblins and the baby drag to come out by the royals and a CC. He goes balls to the walls, sends it down right away. I don't quite remember what was in the CC, but it does get the job done. CC is out. BK is already clearing away some trash buildings as well. And that queen should get this air defense. There she goes. So now there's 2 air defenses left. And that's it. And he still has haste, 2 haste, and 3 hounds and 20 loons and 1 heal. So really interesting execution on this. He's going to drag it across the base, which is weird because you would almost think that he would zap that air defense to have them move over to the right. But it's being that those air defenses would be covering each other, look at him drag those mines with it, that it wouldn't give him the time that he's looking for. He still has sending him fighting straight into the teeth of the sweeper, using haste as needed. He's on his last hound here, which is taking a ton of DPS, but it's just enough time for the loons to come in here with haste, and then that back end heal for the Tesla farm. With 4 loons left over, just to reinforce as needed. I mean, that is a crap ton of loons coming at this section. Healthy as all get out, being that it's right by the wizard tower, so that's the real value and beautiful thing about the heal that placement that he used here. Meanwhile, his queen survived and is somehow, some way walking around the building and helped cleaning up with just about 8 or 10 minions there to also clean up so that the time is not an issue. I mean, god damn, stop it, just stop it, Savage. Give somebody else a chance to shine. Really, really nice. I mean, I studied that attack. I mean, so much to gain from it. Nice job. Really nice cleanup and adjustment. That'll be it for this cleanup video series. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and I will check you next.